Hello!
Hello.
Well, the regular season is over.
By the way,
Yay! That was interesting. The final round was a bit of a mixed bag, I'd say. Everything was good up until about Sunday, but we'll get into that. We'll start with the NRLW because I think they had quite a good round as well. Starting off with the Roosters did fairly comfortably beating the Raiders, but I'll give credit to the Raiders for putting up a good fight.
Yeah, good on them.
Samaima Taufa, I thought, was excellent.
He always puts in week out.
They have a lot of good players, but Roosters keep winning. So I haven't lost. Lydia Kernick was huge in this one, 200 meters, 37 tackles.
The Roosters are going to go through this unbeaten.
Yeah, they probably will, especially with Taryn Aitken continuing to be one of the most underrated halfbacks in football. Just, man, they're such a good squad. I'm getting kind of tired of them, but, it's good watching good football.
Yes, and they are very good. Can't argue that.
Yeah. The Dogs beat the Sharks.
which kept us in top three.
Like, pretty.
24-12.
Yeah. That was great.
I don't know what the Sharks are doing.
Great from them.
They started the year on fire, and they've sort of
He's off.
done
Yeah, it's the Sharks, right? Yeah.
yeah.
It was great from the Bulldogs. 58% of the ball, completed at 86%. It was great. Great to see Alexis Tamanio back to her full strength. 18 runs for 205 meters. She's so good in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of good players. Like Taparanga Katoa is also really good. It's just I really like the Bulldogs. I really like this.
It's their first year, right? So got to give them some time, but they've done quite well for their first year in.
They're performing a lot better than I thought they would anyway.
Yeah, they've done.
Especially based on how the Warriors are doing in their first season, which is not as good.
No.
But, good for the Dogs. The Sharks' attack is just bad. Like, really bad.
Yeah.
Like, Georgia Hanaway is good. That's about it. So it's just like I don't know what the answer is for Cronulla. They should be a lot better than they are.
Well, you never know. When they hit finals, they might start doing all up anything like their male counterparts. They'll be out straight away.
Yeah, I guess we will see how that goes. The Broncos, they keep doing their things. They beat the Warriors very convincingly. They only completed 55%, but they didn't.
It's been a crap game, really, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but they won it was, what was the score? It was 26-6. They won pretty comfortably. Lauren Dam is great. She's good. Scored a try, 150 meters.
Lauren Dern.
Yes, I wrote her as Laura Dern because that Jurassic Park on my brain.
Yeah.
I feel like that pun wouldn't work very well.
No.
But yeah, she was great. Shalom Selaso is just the best bench forward in football.
I don't think Shalom works for her being.
That name,
Shalom means peace.
as soon as she rocked up and there was Shalom, I'm like, oh, she's going to be
She's going to be scary. Yes.
40 minutes, scored a try, 14 runs for over 160 meters, 9 tackle rates. She's amazing. The Broncos, on the whole, I think, need to hold the ball a little better, though the Roosters being the third worst completion rate and not losing a game kind of refutes that, I think.
What's the point? Who cares? Just score points.
Good.
Score points, you win.
Yeah. Just for the Warriors, Shakira Baker was good. This is about it.
Yeah.
14 runs, 166 meters.
That is very good.
It
Yeah.
is very good. They conceded 10 line breaks.
7 tackle breaks, too. That's pretty
Yeah, she had a good game. There's always one forward on the Warriors that seems to have a really good week.
They need all forwards to have a good week.
Pretty nice, wouldn't it?
Then they'll win more games than they have.
They need to defend better. That's just
Yeah.
the long and short of it.
Wow, who would have thunk it?
Yeah. The Knights won barely against the Titans. Like, I think they won
By
8 try
Jesse Southwell last minute
in the
try.
last 2 minutes. Yeah. Jesse Southwell was the only reason they won this game. She was phenomenal.
The Knights were 12-0 up at some point, I think, and then the Titans scored, and they kind of just the momentum changed.
Yeah, they scored 2 tries inside the first 5 minutes.
Exactly, and then
And
the Titans scored one.
Credit to the Titans for fighting back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. For Newcastle, like I said, Jessie Southwell. She is amazing.
Well, we all know when the Knights are on, they're pretty hard to beat. They're a good team.
And they lost their fullback about a quarter of the way into this game. So that didn't help them at all. Then they still win. It keeps them hot on the heels of the Cowboys and Sharks for possibly getting a home final, which is huge. Just I don't know, for the Titans, Jessica Elliston continues to be a great forward. 21 runs, nearly 200 meters, 54 minutes. Georgia Hale continues to be a defensive beast. She's great. It's just the Titans are so close to being an elite team. I don't know where it goes wrong for them. They're that close.
Lauren Brown getting 2 arms.
I think Lauren Brown is not their problem. I think Lauren Brown's quite a good footballer. Maybe it's the fullback because they don't have Jamie Chapman right now.
Oh no,
That probably doesn't help.
Not at all. That's just playing
yeah.
around the comp, but
Yeah, but she's also just a good player.
yeah,
They probably do miss her.
yeah.
The Eels in the last game of the round whacked the Tigers like 38-4. Whacked the Tigers. It was a big score line. They had 63% of the ball.
80% completion is excellent.
Very good performance from them.
Yeah, hard to beat that.
The Tigers officially have the spoon for the women, which is sad because I don't think they're that bad. I really don't. I think they're just unlucky.
Well, I guess the stats will show that they are that bad, but that's okay.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's just good. Rachel Pearson continues to be phenomenal for the Eels. Marta Ellis scores a hat trick, breaks 8 tackles with 180 meters. Very good.
Yeah.
There's not much good here from the Tigers. Hezzy Apps was the only player. Yeah, well, the Tigers ran less than 1,000 meters. There was just nothing going for them in this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, a rough season for them.
Well, hopefully they turn it around to their fans next year.
So the Tigers fans deserve something good. The Cowboys women's
was a good bounce back after the last week.
Great game.
Really good bounce back, and they were very good.
Absolutely. Fran Goldthorpe might be the best winger. She might be up there.
Not surprising.
Like Navidi from the Roosters, maybe?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, like
We might have,
she might be one of the top 3 wingers in the NRLW.
we might have 3 people in the team of the year.
How is 2 tries and 13 runs for 230 meters?
After that,
Half of that was from 2 runs, but yeah.
Well, no, still.
It still counts, right?
She was excellent. But my big thing for this game was the run share in the forwards. Because for once, Mackenzie Wheel was not the main runner, it was Lillian Yarrow.
oh yeah, people are first try in the NRLW.
Ran 16 times. Mackenzie Wheel ran 14 times. Chester had 11. Lily Peacock and S.A. Barney both had 10. That's great. I love seeing more than 2 forwards having double-digit runs.
Yarrow's a good player.
She's great.
Yeah, she's a really good foil for Mackenzie.
Absolutely. She's so solid.
She was first
So-
NRLW try.
Yes, she did.
Fun.
Yes,
I'll
very
take 2
good.
other Ravens.
It's just a very good all-round performance, I think, of the Cowboys.
I thought they were very good.
Especially in the absence of Jakai Whitman.
Yeah.
Good to see Abigail Roche back. I do like watching her.
She's also a pretty good defence, so they didn't lose a lot of her coming back.
I think the season debut for Ebony Rastrand-Smith went fairly well on the wing. 10 runs, 150 metres.
Yeah,
It's pretty strong.
it's not bad.
And they put Haley J. Orman Mounsell back, and they won. What a surprise. It's not that hard. Double dash is the best.
But only 20 minutes tackle for the whole game is very good. 84% completions. Yeah.
And it was their biggest winning margin ever?
Yeah.
Their biggest
And their highest score as well. Yeah.
Trey Smith, 152 meters. Came from, half of it probably did come from 1 run.
Oh yeah, well that's how
It works, yeah.
But you can't just discount an entire game performance because they made a good play.
Yeah, no, that's right.
But yeah, it's just it was a good bounce back for the Cowboys and a good tune up for hopefully running into Brisbane next week.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's going to be tough. We know it's going to be
We'll
tough.
see how that goes.
Yeah.
The Dragons, it's Tegan Berry and no one else. She was excellent. 2 tries, 14 runs for nearly 300 meters, 4 line breaks.
The other one was set up by her, basically.
Exactly.
So,
She was everywhere, and she is so good. There's just nothing else on the Dragons except maybe Keely Brown.
Apart from the second row, I don't know if that was Keely Brown. Number 12.
Keely Brown's the center.
Number 12, though. So she had a good game.
Number 12. Oh, Costa, you just saying it because she scored a try.
Well, I don't know, but I thought she had a relatively good game.
The player of the game, as far as I'm concerned, was by the Cowboys' Emma Manselman, who chased down Tegan Berry, pushed her out. Tegan got the pass back in, then she ran and tackled that person before they scored. Yeah, they ended up scoring anyway, but that was still the best player of the game.
Who was the person who ran back to make the tackle? Was it Blackwell? Blackwell should have absolutely been spin binned.
Well, no, because it still went for a try, and she would have been if she didn't get the score.
It's the most blatant.
Yeah, I know. Like the Corey Parker thing, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was just a great win from the Cowboys. A continued season of disappointment for the Dragons.
And look, Cowboys are in finals, first time in their third year in, so it's not a bad little strike.
They've done well. Yeah. I'm very, very impressed with them this year.
Yes, they've done really well.
They're gonna win the game.
Now, round 27 to the NRL. Starts with Brisbane really pulling the pants down on Melbourne.
Basically what it was.
This was a fantastic performance.
I will caveat, yes, it was a good performance.
They lost Jerome Hughes.
They lost Jerome Hughes, which did not help, and he looks like he's probably out for the season with a broken wrist, which is just sucks.
So it's just, but look, I don't think that Melbourne win anyway. I think that second half happens regardless.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not like they shouldn't be used to playing without Jerome Hughes. They've done it for the past 6 weeks.
They also had 10 minutes in the bin with Nash,
which was fully deserved.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing that, but it doesn't help the case.
He's a liability.
The problem is, I don't think he actually necessarily goes into do it. It's just because he's 6'7". You know, it's very hard to get that shoulder down below somebody who's 5'8".
I guess.
You know, but I'm not saying that's no excuse for what it is. It was bad, and he deserved to be in the bin. But the funniest binning was it Tarapani?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Mariner as well.
Mariner. When Carrigan came and said, you know
what's funny? Pat Carrigan was absolutely correct. I completely sided with him on that one because Melbourne were pinged so many times.
But it wasn't that was
no, it was like 4.
Yeah.
Enough for someone to warrant being spin bin. And then the first time it happens when Brisbane are defending, immediately gone. I do think
what it does is if there's a break in the sets, like that sort of almost restarts it. That's probably within one set, and that's what it was for Brisbane. It was within one set. It was 3 of them went bang, bang, bang within the 5 tackles, and that's what always looks worse.
Yeah, but I still don't like it.
It's a terrible rule, but it didn't end up hurting Brisbane too much. So
they
had a really good game. I'm not a Brisbane fan, but there's no argument with the fact that they deserved that victory.
Reece Walsh continues to be the form player.
Toilet water works for him.
We don't want to talk about that.
You know what? The toilet water was probably filled with like performance-enhancing drugs or something.
Yeah, of course. He's put erythropoietin in the toilet water.
He's put steroids in the toilet water.
Inside the cistern.
No, but he was phenomenal. Brisbane scored 30 points in this game. He was responsible for 22 of them.
Helps when you kick goals, I suppose.
Plus set up another try, 130 metres. I thought his defence was really strong. That tackle he made on Xavier Coates was phenomenal. He is he's a player in very, very good form right now. Well, he is right now.
Well, there was also one, and not that it probably makes a lot of difference to the scoreline, but it might. Tony Staggs should have definitely been sent to the bin. He tackled a guy who was coming forward for a jump on the ball.
Yeah, I do think that one probably would have been a fair one.
It would have been a bin. He grabbed Coates around the waist.
Very, very subtle.
A tackle in the air.
There was a tackle in the air.
That one was also pretty poor.
So, look, once again, Brisbane were the better team, but we just want the referees to get these things right.
Especially now that it's
want to like protect the rest and stuff. Get them to make the right decision.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is an answer for this.
I understand missing it on the fly and stuff, but when you actually have the time for a bunker person just to go, yeah, that guy was definitely doing that, you have that option if you need it.
You're not tackling the end. Didn't the guy score the try anyway, though?
No, he comes drop the ball.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. If it had gone the other way, it would have been a closer game, but I still think Brisbane probably win.
I think Melbourne making 14 errors.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I think, and I think Bellamy will. I don't know. They'll have no strips left on them the way things are going, and having them torn off so often.
But that's back-to-back losses now heading to the finals.
Well, I don't want to be the Bulldogs next week.
Oh no,
to be
they're going to die.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well, they're just going to die anyway because they're bad. But I think, Melbourne, you won't see that from Melbourne again.
I don't think so. I hope we don't see what Ryan Pappenhausen put up in this game again because he was bad. He had a really, really poor showing.
Yeah, and that's why I wonder. You start together conspiracies and stuff like this. They're losing, so that when they win the next couple of weeks, everybody will go, "Oh no," But I don't know. You don't want to go down that route. You don't have to.
Yeah,
And look, Payne Haas very good again as normal. We did Payne Haas things.
I'm really liking Josiah Karapani. He is a great player. He's done over 200 meters in this game. His running is some of the best I've seen from an outside back, outside Brian To'o.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal. There's just
And for the forwards for Melbourne, I thought Katoa was quite good.
he's very ill-disciplined. He conceded 3 penalties in the space of like 10 minutes.
But he was still going forward. He was one of the ones that was actually making moves when he ran.
But I think his was a pretty good microcosm of how Melbourne were in this game. To be fair, it's just. But if you want to talk about good things for Melbourne, I thought Cam Munster was great.
Well, I think Cam Munster is going to have to be fullback in next week. I just think that's how it's going to work because they Pappenhausen won't be playing because he failed an HIA right on full time.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it because they've done it both ways this season where they've had Nick Meaney at fullback, but they also have played Munster at fullback recently.
I think that'll work better.
I don't know how they'll do it. I guess we will see. But yeah, Brisbane are rising very quickly. Is it insane to say that they're better without Adam Reynolds? I think maybe he steps on Reece Walsh's toes.
I don't know. I think Reece Walsh he's a bit like Tony Stark, or doesn't play well with others. He likes to be the number one man.
It seems to work well when he is.
Mm-hmm. But is he going to go down as another Kalen Ponga? Right? I mean, you can't. He can't be the main man. He's not the captain. He's not.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he will be.
I think when Reynolds is gone.
I think he's
unless they get to Carrigan.
He's too up in the Carrigan for a captain now.
Or maybe you have to do it the inverse way. You give him the captaincy to force the responsibility onto him, then he matures.
It doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't always work, but they might have to try.
Well, he's not mature now. What's he, 23? He's got to start growing up.
He will. I have no doubt he will. But if you do the scientific thing, the frontal cortex doesn't develop until, 20?
Well, you know what? I was 23 once and I didn't drink out of the dunny.
That was funny.
It's not funny. Because here's the thing. And what is funny...
You're telling me you never did anything stupid?
Not like that.
I believe you.
I never drank out of the toilet. Why would you want to drink it at 23? You're a grown man, supposedly, doing idiotic things like that. Also, the funny part is, it's a new toilet, but all tradies christen them.
Cool.
So I hope you enjoyed some of tradie piss in your mouth.
I forgot that no one ever flushes toilets. I forgot.
You can get rid of every single last bit of stuff
most of it, unless people are peeing in the actual tank.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trust it. But I never did anything like that when I was 20. I didn't even do things like that when I was 15.
I don't know. I do legitimately think this team performs better when Reece Walsh is the main guy, though. And the past
sometimes that is true.
Have proven it.
Well, I don't know. Against the Cowboys, he made 5 errors, which is too high for anybody.
One in this game.
Yeah, look, he improved, but does that mean the next game he could be a complete rocks again?
It could just be based on who he is playing against. Maybe he plays better against better people. That's what Cam Munster does.
That's pretty bad then. I mean, why wouldn't you want to have your bar up high all the time?
That's an unrealistic expectation.
Well, no, you're having your bar up high. Missing it is fine, but missing it by that much is not fine.
Maybe it's an issue of complacency then. Maybe he's playing against bad teams and thinks, I don't have to try as hard and makes a bunch of errors. And then against top flight teams like Melbourne, he thinks, oh, actually, I can pull my head in.
I actually
Like,
think it's
like
the other
a
way. I think he tries too hard because it is a team that they should beat, so he tries too hard to make sure that they do.
Oh, that's
And make
possible,
the error.
actually. You know what? That's
You
probably
know,
fair.
so-
Unfortunately, for your point of view, this is finals.
Yeah.
And they're playing against teams where he's going to be like playing his best version of football. So it
But when we
could
talk
be
about the finals matchups later on, it'll be an interesting chat.
I'm very, very intrigued. But yeah, it's just
But yeah, look, they were better. Melbourne have a few things they need to improve, obviously, defence being one of them at the moment.
injuries are a problem.
Injuries do suck, right? And that's what happens.
Mm.
It's just unfortunate.
We'll see how well they can adapt that like next man up mentality, I suppose.
I think that we got run out of the plane.
Yes. The Sea Eagles played the Warriors and won. Just.
Yeah.
It's a good send off for Daly, I suppose.
Yeah, it sucks for the Warriors a
He
little
was
bit.
fast to try an NRL history.
Yeah. He let it bounce or something, didn't he? Yeah.
And then Jason Saab dropped it and
And then-
Jason picked up.
Harris just scored.
This
Yeah.
game was nuts. I loved this game.
I was so hoping the Wires would get that just to put the pressure on.
I think Manly played like they wanted it more. It was weird.
Well, I guess, listen, to caveat that, the Warriors knew they weren't going to get 4 because the Broncos had already played. Yeah, had the Broncos lost, I'm sure the Warriors would have gone out a little harder to try and get back into 4th. Maybe it was just a matter of trying not to get injured
Maybe.
for their next week's game.
My caveat to that is how much Aaron Clark did in this game.
He was excellent. But he's been their best buy, I think.
So he's been great.
Overall.
But like this is the first game all year he's played the full 80. Like that's the first time he's done that. He ran nearly 200 meters, 6 offloads, 8 tackle breaks, 41
I'm
tackles.
trying to get in the head of Webster. I suppose it might be trying to get him because he may need to do that in finals.
Maybe.
Don't get him match fit for that, and he didn't slow down too much. I mean,
He's great. I love Aaron Clark.
he is so good. He is a footballer. I mean, he just plays because he loves playing.
I guess the caveat for the Warriors is they did lose Rocco very, very early into this game.
And once again, those things do stuff up your interchanges. They stuff up where players. You're going to put second rowers in the centres and all that sort of stuff.
Well, okay, to be fair, one of their second rows is basically a centre anyway.
Is that
Kurt Capewell.
Yeah.
So it's not like that would be alien.
No, it's not alien to him, but he spends more time in the second row these days.
What did happen this game? When Rocco Berry was injured, you saw the Fox cameraman. He got sent to the hospital, so he was in the same ambulance as Rocco Berry going to the hospital.
It wasn't funny. The guy had
It's not funny
his
at all.
leg completely lacerated by somebody's cleat.
What kind of macabre sense of humor?
It was peculiar, yes. It was a bit of a quirk of the game that one of the cameramen actually ended up in the same ambulance as Rocco Berry on the way to the hospital
Yes, that's
with a gash in his leg that needed surgery. That's how bad it was.
I think the Warriors need to drop Dallin Watene-Zelezniak.
They put him there.
Pay him to a PP. You have to. His
He's too small.
defense is so much better. I'm sorry, his defensive decision making is so much better, and I don't think you'll lose that much in the running game. I think you have to move him on because he is continually costing them games in the back half of the year. Ever since he came back from injury, essentially. So I don't think Webster would do it, but I think they should. It's just
I guess we'll see.
their
It's probably going to be hard to do for a finals
their
game.
edge defense has just been so bad. It's been a big problem for them. I'm also concerned Blake Halasima was pretty bad in this game, I thought.
He'll come good again.
I hope.
You are allowed to have a bad game or two in a season.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I suppose. But
He's pretty good most of the year.
I guess.
He also did that insane try against the Knights, which got them the win. So
I'm not thinking the Warriors are going to do anything in the finals. I just don't think they have the ceiling.
I guess we'll see.
Uh,
I'd like to hope they can because it is over in New Zealand as well. So you're going to know
True.
25.
a lot of people on their side, so I guess we will see. For Manly, they played like they were trying to get in the finals this game.
No, they couldn't.
They-
They still had a very.
They held on for about 45 minutes. So that was at least something.
Yeah.
But I don't know how Manly won this game. Like they completed worse. They ran less. They conceded 3 more line breaks. They missed 40 tackles and had 2 people sin bin, but that was only at the end of the game.
That's not a 13 on 11.
Yes, but I don't think we can ignore the significance of those because they're only in front by 1 point. All it takes is one line break and the Warriors get the field goal range. So
Yeah, and that's where the Warriors, if they're to go in the finals, they need to fix up their last tackle options and stuff like that. That's where a Metcalf would have done it for them, right? Oh, absolutely. That was their season almost gone when he was done. They've shuffled since
Nice
then.
situation. He's like the only person.
No, not really.
I guess also for the Seagulls, that was great that they managed to hold on to this game, especially losing Tommy Talau and Clayton Faualo with about 20 minutes left in this game. They did very, very well. Lehigh Hopewadi is great.
Oh, look, he's been really good for them.
Really liking watching him. He's good. Ethan Bullimore continues to be one of the best forwards on this team.
I do like Bullimore because you see he gives 110% all the time.
He's a great
kind of like he reminds me of Furmore a little bit from the Titans like that. But yeah,
fair. He's good. I like this Caleb Navale kid. I think he looks really good. No, not you. You're 4'3" and not
I am 4'7".
He's great. I think a combo of him and Taniela Paseka next year would be great for them.
It'd be nice to get Paseka back.
Oh, DCE was good in his final game as a
Other than that first thing, but we won't worry.
Aside from Harris scored the fastest strike ever.
Yeah.
He also kicked the game winning field goal. So with his that's a great way to end.
They said
I hate to tell you this, but you're not the first person to do that. Thurston kicked with his left foot before as well. Just saying.
Anything to discredit Daly Cherry.
Yeah,
he can have fun in Bondi. I think. We
don't even know where he's going, probably. He's not even retired.
I don't think he will. I think he has enough left in the tank to go around.
Five. I mean, he's...
Cameron Smith played until he was 37. Paul Gallen played until he was 36. So, I think he'll go around. It's a matter of where.
I don't know that he's as good as he used to be.
It's on the next year, I suppose.
It's going to be a Chad Townsend thing. He gets to play it. Play for 5 minutes, and that's it.
I hope not. And then we move on to the game that ended basically any other teams entering the finals hopes.
Because the Bunnies were awful.
Only in the second half.
Yeah, well.
The first half, I thought they were great. They played with a lot of effort, which is what they've done the whole year. They just didn't have the cattle as the story of the entire year for them. Once Jamie Humphries got sin binned, it was just one-way traffic. They didn't score a point in the second half and conceded 26. It's about it. I feel bad for the Bunnies. Mark Tuanganatuase should be one of the wingers of the year. If he's not, I'm going to riot because what a season. He's so good.
Yeah. Look, he's excellent. His attack is great. His defense still needs a little bit of work.
I think it's gotten better.
It has. He's a big body, right? He's not small. He should be able to tackle most people on the field.
Yeah, I guess. He is the NRL's leading try scorer.
Yeah.
By
this many.
Yes, just.
The only reason that happened was because another player got injured with about 10 minutes to go, but no doubt he scores at least one more.
This team looks so good when Sam Walker is in it. Sam Walker might be one of the best halfbacks in football. I think he has to be up there.
The team.
It's like the Mitch Moses thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar.
Although, to be fair, the Roosters were still semi-decent without him because they had some pretty good people to come in.
No one expected that one.
No.
I thought Siwa Wong played really well. I didn't expect this sort of game from him. He was barnstorming.
He's a good player.
He is a good player. Watch out for this team come finals.
I think so.
Going to make noise.
They are on fire at the moment.
White hot.
Yeah.
Nuts.
And so if you're Cronulla, enjoy that.
South go out with a whimper.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Good to see Cameron Murray back, even if it was for like 20 minutes.
It's true without re-injuring anything, which is nice.
I miss him. I miss Cameron Murray.
Well, he'll have a full off-season and get everything 110%.
But hopefully Souths can do some like big review of strength and conditioning in the off-season to try and fix this, because this was unacceptable.
To
this
be
year.
fair, right, I mean, a lot of teams had a lot of injuries this year. It was just seemed to be a year for injuries, like
They-
hamstrings and calves.
In terms of games missed due to injury, I think Souths are twice as much as the next team.
Which is, I think, the Cowboys.
Ooh, I think the Cowboys
Up there.
Yes, something like that. But they've had like a running total of 300 games missed due to injury or something. It's just been nuts.
Yeah, it's not much fun.
Joe Gray was good.
Oh, well, Joe Gray is always good.
I love him. He's so good.
He's like Trey Fuller, right? I mean, the players that should be playing for the
Absolutely.
team.
Yeah. If he is not the fullback, like if he's healthy, obviously, if he's not the fullback come round one next year, Wayne Bennett needs to go in palliative care because he has lost his damn mind.
Yeah. Now he should be.
He should be.
Well, trouble will go
Especially
to
with-
centre.
Especially with who are the good centres on South?
That's not good.
He's the second rower.
He plays well when he plays centre as well. Latrell Mitchell, obviously.
Latrell Mitchell.
Who's that other?
That's it. I would rather play Latrell than I attack. So it's just this season's been a wash since about round of 10 for South. I think they've done well considering
I do feel for them. I mean, they haven't had much luck.
the first half of this game very well. I'll give them that.
They tried hard.
Moving on to Saturday. The Dragons played Penrith and lost.
Of course they did, because Dragons are awful.
What's the opposite of surprise?
Unsurprised.
Unsurprised.
Yeah, that's about what I'm about with this game. Penrith,
It's like the Aladdin thing, right?
yes.
That's a big surprise.
Yeah.
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 You could probably throw that one in and just bang it up a little bit.
Nathan Cleary
Yeah.
was great.
The chin.
Yes, he's ditched the headgear after going 0-2 with the headgear. Now he's just opted for the simple head tape. And
Yes, he can't play with the headgear because they can't win in Golden Point when he's got headgear on.
exactly, so he's fixed. Scored a try, 6 of 7 goal kicking, 130 metres, set up 2 tries, 600 kick metres, 3 forced dropouts. This game was just good as a tune-up for finals for this Penrith team. As they don't have the home game on the way home through the final.
Not at all. And to be fair, the Dragons didn't have anything to play for, period.
Right, I guess.
Yeah, they weren't getting into the 8. They weren't going to get the spoon, so
There's just nothing. Right?
there's really nothing.
Mediocre team.
Also, you can tell that this team is so much better when Isaiah Yeo is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's a good ball player, isn't he?
the ball movement is when he's on the field is
Yeah.
just insane.
He's copied off Tamalolo.
It's better than Tamalolo.
Ball playing, probably not. Consistency, probably.
And I think that ball movement specifically opened up Paul Alamotti in this game. I thought he had a blinder.
Considering last week when the week
He was
before,
probably their best player last week.
he was just about the only first grader still left in the side.
He seems to, all the reports are saying he's won that wing spot over Tom Jenkins, which
That's very interesting because Jenkins had a pretty good year.
right. I think
They got a high
it
ball.
might just be specifically because Alamotti has finals experience because he was there last.
Probably fair.
Maybe, but I don't know. I prefer to have Jenkins in. He's great. Dylan Edwards is still concerning me though.
He's really full.
He's really got an error problem now.
He's got the dropsies.
He's got the yips. Bad. But
For the Warriors.
very much worried. But you know, everything else
To him every kick.
everything else about Penrith in this game was phenomenal. I thought that they were great here. Strong all-round performance. There's not much to say about the Dragons. They've got a few good youngsters coming through, but it's about it. Alan Gahu, liking King Tongi is looking really good. Some Buchanan guy looks good.
That's big.
They've got a few good youngsters. They just ran into a Penrith team that had more to play for.
They did. Actually, not that much because the worst they could have finished was 8.
Well, yeah, but the Roosters game happened before that. So
Yeah,
I guess it was a matter of whether they'd rather play the Warriors or the Sharks, and I'd rather play the Warriors right now.
Well, the Sharks aren't going amazingly well either, to be fair. They did win this week, but
I guess Clint Gutherson was okay. There's just not much for the Dragons. It's on to next year.
yep.
Yeah. Now, the most important game of the round.
Yeah.
They did it.
Try to avoid the spirit.
Thank you, Gold Coast.
They played for Kieran.
Thank you. Yes, for Kieran Foran. They send him off a winner. They don't send him off with a wooden spoon. Yes.
I think he was very
They
good.
send them off with a silver spoon.
So, yeah, just I'm so happy. I'm so happy. They completed 68% and had less of the ball and still won.
Yeah. That's because we know that they can attack.
Oh, yeah.
The defense sucks most of the time, but they can attack.
Well, that's exactly how this game begins. They conceded 28 points and won.
This is the Tigers, right? Similarly against the Cowboys. Got to a lead, pretty comfortable. It was 28-12 or something. 28-6. No. Yes, it was 28-6 at half time or whatever. And the Titans scored the only points in the second half.
Yes.
Against the Cowboys, they went to sleep for 10 minutes and lost.
Yeah.
And that's the Tigers at the moment for some reason.
Yeah. But yes, you brought up Keanu Keeney.
Oh,
man, he's good. He's such a good
the Titans are a better team when he's playing.
Yes. AJ Brimson won his first game as a centre.
But it wasn't him. Well, he scored a try, didn't he?
So he was good. Tino, Jaden Campbell, both great, as they have been the whole year. I like Carter Gordon. I like watching him. He's got some promise, I think.
He's the rugby convert, right? Yeah.
Yeah, especially since he's missed nearly the entire year with some spinal injury thing. So if he gets an actual full preseason, then I think he could be something. There's just a lot for Josh Hannay to work with. I like it. Promising. Very disappointing from the Tigers, though.
Pretty much. Yeah, first half of football was excellent.
Oh, they were great in the first half. And then the second half, they fell apart.
I didn't do
The
anything.
defense was terrible and the attack died.
Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't score any points, and they had 28 put on them.
I did like Royce Hunt scoring a double. That was funny.
Kind of.
Just Royce
He
Hunt.
thought it was funny too.
Most random double of all time. I thought Jerome Luai was quite good in this game, though.
But unfortunately, one player doesn't work.
And Terrell May was good.
Even
But that's just
Preston always praised his forwards. Without the forwards, the backs can't do anything.
Yeah, well, much for a lot of teams now. It's just on to next year. For the Tigers, they'll be really good. I'm fully expecting them to be great next year.
Well, I hope so for Tigers fans. I don't hate the Tigers, even though they beat the Cowboys in 2005. He's 20 years old now, so
Yeah, move on. Move on.
they just keep showing that stupid ass try all the time.
Speaking of stupid, the Canterbury Bulldogs are very bad.
They're not bad.
Oh, they're not yelling good.
Yeah, this makes perfect sense in hindsight. Cronulla's forward pack is far too good for whatever it is the Dogs are offering right now.
Yeah, if I'm a Dogs fan, I'm a little concerned.
I think they've kind of resigned to the fact now. Every single Dogs fan I see is like, yeah, we're probably going to get knocked out straight sets, which is incredibly disappointing. But Cronulla were just clinical in this game. 95% completion.
Look, their forwards, we tipped them to come second because of their forwards.
Exactly.
Yeah. And their forwards are good. Their backs have been average.
I don't know how to find out if get worse.
Oh, I don't know how that works. Yeah, I'm
Cronulla were just good in this game.
They were good. Nico Hines was good.
We got Braden Trindle to get in his way in this game. I do think that's legitimately a problem.
If he comes back, the Roosters are probably going to say,
Yeah, I'm very, very interested to see what they do.
Yeah.
Sienna Katoa's great. I love watching him. I think he's one of the most underrated wingers in football. I think he's good. But yeah, I'm not expecting anything outside of first round exit for Cronulla, unfortunately. They should have won by more with how the Dogs are playing.
That's it. So all we can say is how the Dogs defended as well as they possibly could, given their attack sucked.
Yeah. You know what they are now? They're Newcastle.
Yeah, kind of.
They're Newcastle. That's what they are. Look, they lost Bronson Sherry.
That doesn't help.
Not at all.
And they had already lost Carraz.
Yeah, Carraz was already out. So their outside backstops are looking pretty slim right now.
And look, as good as Crichton is, and he is,
Don't worry with it.
no, that's the problem.
Jacob Preston's good, though. I like Jacob
Yeah,
Preston.
he's good.
Lachlan Galvin might be the worst thing to ever happen to anyone.
Lachlan Galvin is a cancer on any team he goes to.
Weird, isn't it? I don't know.
Anyway,
And Ari Tuala was surprisingly good this game.
he's actually faster than you give him credit.
Quick.
He outpaced everybody to score the try.
But they just can't attack. The Dogs just can't attack anymore. Lachlan Galvin has ruined this team. They should have played Toby Sexton forever. I was screaming that the entire time.
Yeah. I think if Toby keeps playing, they're doing better than that.
If Toby keeps playing, they're pushing for the Mike Premiership.
Absolutely. It was when he was kicked off that they started doing that.
Yep. They're running to Melbourne week 1. This is death by lethal injection. Good night, Dogs.
And they get to play whoever wins out of one of the other games, which
And-
won't be fun either way because it's either going to be the Roosters or Penrith.
Goodbye, Dogs. Sharks. Godspeed.
Yeah.
Now Sunday, which was the biggest wet fart of a final day of the regular season of all time.
Canberra didn't care. They'd already won the minor premiership.
They played themselves. They can't win the premiership now.
The Raiders team,
They played themselves.
Well, neither can Penrith, because they finished outside the top 4.
True. So, okay, well, if you're going to go by that logic, that means only the Storm and Dogs can win this year. Because Brisbane, I think, have also conceded 50 this year. So,
I thought they put 50 on the Roosters.
they did put 50 on the Roosters. So those are the games that they're terrible. The Dolphins flogged them.
I can't remember. I have to look back, but yes, there was definitely a couple of
So
games.
I hope you're ready for Melbourne to win again.
Yep.
The Raiders C- grade team can't win.
Yeah, look, okay. So Canberra's reserve grade team can't win.
How many regular first graders are actually in this team?
About 3.
Matt Timoko.
Okay, so
Matt Timoko was
Marley was here. Seb Chris was there. Corey Horsburgh was the captain. He was there. Morgan Smithies was there. Matty Nicholson was back. So they had a few.
Yeah, but they rested 11 or something. So
Captain Corey.
those are never accurate.
The absolute worst captain's challenge has ever been.
Yeah, please don't ever do that again.
I miss Corey Horsburgh.
So I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
It was a ball strip.
It's the
It was the obvious ball.
really bad. But yeah, there's nothing to say about Canberra in this game because it wasn't really the Raiders.
No, it wasn't.
Trey Mooney was good.
There was something to be said about the Dolphins, who we know can put on points, and they become the highest point scorers of the competition, and still missed the 8.
Good job, Dolphins.
And we were talking before, Hammerstone was on target to catch Marky Mark.
He's got a hat trick and they got hurt.
And then he got injured. So he missed out by 1.
If it's any consolation, I think that Mark probably deserved it anyway.
Probably, but I thought Kyler probably deserved it that year that they scored Bronte and got 5.
Yeah, that was funny.
So if Hammer doesn't get injured, I'm sure he scores at least 1 more, which evens it all up. And I think even is probably fair too, because I know you don't like Hammer, but he's a good finisher.
Yes,
That he definitely is.
which means he could be. If he's a good finisher, that means he could be a fullback. But yeah, the Dolphins scored lots of points. Yeah. That's about it. 11.
And then you winger on the left was
Savina now Fargo guy. Where'd he come from?
pretty good.
He's really
How do
good.
they keep unearthing backs that are like ridiculously good?
Well, they need to because otherwise they don't have any.
Even Jermaine Zako was very good on the day.
Leading point scorer, Jermaine Zako.
Nearly 100. It was just crazy.
No doubt. There's not much to say because it was a team with no finals aspirations against a team resting everybody.
Yeah. And the Canberra team still ended up scoring 4 tries. You know, I mean, and that's a C grade team against an A grade team. So
yeah, I like this Joe Roddy guy. He was good. I thought Noah Martin was good. He played his first 80-minute game of NRL. I thought he's quite good. This is just not the Raiders. There's not much to say here. And then the final game of the season. The Eels beat the Knights.
You know, it was a bad day when 62 points wasn't the most points scored by one team.
It's true.
first time in 22 years or something that on one day that 2 teams won by scoring over 60
Because
points.
it was the round in 2023. The Cowboys scored 74 and the Dogs
But
scored.
that was the next.
Or
no,
the
the
Knights
Knights
scored
scored.
66.
That was the next day, though, so it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
That
This is
was
just-
the round.
I completely forgot this game existed last week. We didn't even talk about it. And you know what? I think that's pretty appropriate.
Do we actually talk about this? The scoreboard says it.
I want to talk about it because I want to give Newcastle fans this. This season was necessary because it got rid of Adam O'Brien. Now you can go and get a real coach. Like
All your problem.
oh, this organization is a joke. Oh, they're going to be so bad.
I think the Titans have got struggled as well because
They're so terrible. But at least the Titans have a good squad. What is there here?
Kalen Ponga.
Woo.
That's it.
Dylan Brown.
Dylan Brown for 10 years.
Yay. Who were the forwards? Daniel Saifidi and no one.
Half a paper,
An empty pack of chewing gum.
a graham cracker,
Graham Cracker's here.
a rich cracker.
Yeah. This Newcastle were terrible. I loved Leo Thompson the day before this game. And then, screw this. I'm not playing for this team anymore.
Yeah. This team sucks. It does.
There's just nothing here for Newcastle. They're just in a really, really bad place.
And of course, Parramatta, if Moses is healthy for a whole year, they're going to be in finals next year.
Mitch Moses scored possibly the most Mitch Moses try of all time. Just right, bolting down the sideline with his stupid grimacing face.
He got gained on by somebody, and he got another 10 metres.
I thought he was pulling away.
Not to start with. Maybe later on.
He was great.
I don't know that he's a fast runner, though. So.
I thought Lomax and Adokar were both great in this game. This is all a good Jack Williams.
Lomax was excellent, I have to say. And I don't like him very much because I think he's a grunt.
It's all next season for Parramatta. If Mitch Moses is healthy, they're probably playing finals.
I think so. However, relying a lot on one player staying healthy for 27 rounds, you've got a few problems.
So I guess they're kind of like Newcastle, but slightly better.
A lot better, according to that.
But yeah, Newcastle were terrible. Yeah. And now they have the wooden spoon.
Yay!
Hooray! Everything's decided now. Okay, now we'll talk about the NRLW round 9?
Last round, yep.
Round 10. Round 10, sorry.
11.
I was round 11, you're right.
Yes.
So, round 11, the Cowboys play the Bulldogs. Not Bulldogs. The Broncos.
They beat the Titans.
They play the Broncos at Totally Workwear Stadium.
Where is that?
A Gene Factory. I have no idea where this is. But
Brisbane's
hold on, let me have a look.
Totally Workwear.
Totally Workwear Stadium. It's in Brisbane.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
There'll be 10 people there.
Yes.
Is
Broncos, big in Julia Robinson is there. So that's great for them.
Why would you say one more around there?
So Stuart Stolka moves to the wing. Maddock is dropped to the bench. The Cowboys are being cautious with Ja'Kai Whitfield. She is not playing this week, so Gregor Blackwell's still the fullback.
He has been doing a very good job at fullback.
Ebony Roustre and Smith also plays on the wing.
Nice.
If the Cowboys win here, it guarantees them a home final. However, I doubt that will happen.
It's very, very hard.
Yeah, especially without the defensive prowess of Whitfield with Julia Robinson back. Same thing.
It's not the same.
I think the centres could be in for really big games for Brisbane. Melee have fun, could also be in for a big one.
And the return of Robinson.
Yes, my typing is bad. I think Brisbane, the way the Cowboys beat Brisbane is punch them in the mouth. Not literally, don't Isabel Kelly them, but just go through the middle of the field. Because I do think the Cowboys forward pack is very, very good.
It is. It's one of the better forward packs, although we thought they were very good, and then they got completely out-monstered by the Roosters.
Yeah, but that's the Roosters.
They're not the biggest team in the competition, I reckon. Who cares? We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's the way that the Cowboys win this game. We need a big game from Mackenzie Will, Lillian Yarrow, Bree Chester. They're all essential here.
And defend. Defend.
I don't see this game being as big a drubbing as the Roosters game, but I do think the Broncos will come out on top.
The Broncos played like this last week. They may not if they only completed 55%, because the Cowboys are completing quite well.
They're completing quite well.
So, look, I agree. I think the Broncos have to be favourite. But, it's a game that if the Cowboys bring their A game and the Broncos are slightly off, anything can happen.
We'll see. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. We're still behind you. We're a bit doubting that you can do it.
It's fun.
We only have to beat the Broncos by 200 points.
It's finals time.
Yes, it is.
Here we go. First round of the finals. Qualifying final. Storm play the Dogs at Amy Park.
Storm are going to win by 1,000.
I don't think so.
The Dogs are bad.
Yes.
They are really, really bad.
Some very
considered they were gone up there, and you've got them only beating them by 4 in their own backyard.
Yes, because this is finals. A loss is a loss still, and they are playing a very weakened Melbourne. If both teams are completely healthy, I think Melbourne win by 1 billion. They're just not. So we'll see how this goes. Melbourne, without Jerome Hughes, without Ryan Pappenhausen, without Nelson Solomona, that last one may not actually be a bad thing, because it means they won't have someone sin-binned every week. So Nick Meaney is currently named at fullback, Tyron Wishart is currently named at halfback, and Joan Peasant is currently named on the bench. However, they have reshuffled this in the past.
That's going to change.
So I'm not sure if it's going to stay like
I
that.
think Munster plays fullback. I think Pezzett plays
I guess we will see.
right eight, and I think Meany keeps playing in the centres because that's where he trains.
Probably. Then who dropped out of the centres? That's a good question, actually. Probably Joe Chan. They wouldn't drop Grant Anderson.
No, they probably just put Joey Chan back as a second row.
Second row and bench Lasati.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably what will happen. Outside that, Stefano is back.
that's good.
And Harry Grant is back.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
They win when Harry Grant is playing. It's just simple as that.
For the Bulldogs, Bronson Sherry and Marcelo Montoya are both out. So the backline now consists of Inara Tuala in the centres and Arena Karma Wilson wing combo. Which, it could be worse. They're both good players.
Yeah, but attacking wise, yeah, defensively.
Saw something on YouTube. They spelled Rita Karma's last name wrong. I think it was like Tina Karma or something.
Canterbury and Melbourne played each other at Amy Park around 25. Melbourne won by 6. And that is in the middle of the Bulldogs' big slump. They entered the finals losing 3 of their last 4, with their only win being against the everyone-rested Panthers. Melbourne enter the finals on back-to-back losses against Sydney and Brisbane, and I think their injuries are slightly more important than the ones that the Dogs have right now.
Yeah, but they've got one thing up their sleeves. They don't have Galvin on this side.
Melbourne, in their last 4 first-round games, are 2-2. Canterbury haven't won the finals game since 2015. This is probably going to end up being the worst game of the finals. I think Canterbury are going to be close.
I think Canterbury will be close to the first half.
Probably fair.
I just think the way they've been playing in the run out of steam, and Melbourne won't dare lose. That's what I'm talking about.
They only lost. The Canterbury only lost to Melbourne in round 25 based on goal kicking. That was the only reason they lost. It was 3 tries apiece. So they seemingly match up fairly well. So I do think this game could be close. I don't think it will be good. It will be sloppy. Attack will not be a mainstay.
I'll look for Alicia Tyler to come out and score 2 off the kick.
I think Grant Anderson could be in for a big game.
Anderson's a good player.
Watch Grant Anderson in this one. He could score 2 tries.
Fantasy wins in the final.
I don't, because I have like 4 people.
Yeah.
Most of my people are on bad teams. Melbourne 20-16 is my official prediction.
Melbourne 30-20.
Melbourne 30-12.
The Dogs can score 20 points.
So yeah, no.
30-12.
30-10.
That's fair. I definitely get that.
Melbourne win by 20.
Now hopefully what will be a better game. The Warriors play Penrith at Mount Smart Stadium. Here we go. There's not much better in the world than finals football in New Zealand, I don't think. For New Zealand, 1 in, 1 out. Rocco Berry's out through injury, so Kurt Capewell moves to the centres like Halcyon starts on the edge.
I actually like that because I think Halcyon should start every single game.
It's fair. Wayne Union's back.
That is also
Huge in for them.
when he plays a better football.
Absolutely. So what happens is Sam Healy is just out, as they have done a few times this year. For Penrith, I think, hold on, let me remember. I think there's a few people who are back in. I don't know why I didn't write it down. Brian Totto's back. Liam Martin's back. So Alan Motti has hold on to that wing spot, so Jenkins isn't playing.
I actually think that might be not so good because
Mitch Kenny is also out still.
Whoa.
So Luke Simonson is the starting 9. That's about it.
that's where they're weakest, if that's the case.
Well, I don't think Mitch Kenny brings that much to be fair.
Somerton when he's at home, I mean, he is that anything.
He's fine. He's completely
He's not
solid.
as Wade Egan though,
He's
so
like Phoenix Crossland.
yay.
Which as hooker is fine. So Penrith have won their last 2 at Mount Smart Stadium, including a game that they've already played this season. And their record in finals is fairly well known.
They only had to win.
Very good.
They only had to win 2 every single freaking year.
Yeah, well, they win in finals. What can you say? And the Warriors have won 1 finals game in the past 14 years.
They've only been in the finals once in the last 14 years.
They've been there a few times. They just haven't won much. I love the Warriors. I really do. I admire them, and I feel bad for how their season's gone, but I just think Penrith have the extra gear that they can hit in finals, and Warriors don't. So I think that Penrith will probably win this game.
Look, the smart money is on Penrith. But my heart says I want the Warriors to
I
come
would not
out.
be mad if the Warriors won this game.
And
I want that to make that perfectly clear.
because it would be nice, A, because then Penrith are gone and they're going to have a mad Monday. And the Warriors keep going.
Yeah.
But really, that is their only home game.
That's what I need someone to stand in the way of Melbourne, and I think Penrith are the best bet of these two teams.
It's funny, right? Because I feel the same way about Penrith as you do about
It's
Melbourne.
20 years versus 5 years. It's not.
They haven't won 20 years in a row.
It's not a comparison.
Penrith have won 4 in a row. They can get stuffed.
I do think that Penrith are a better team.
Penrith can just get stuffed. I hope they lose.
I
I hope they lose by 40.
By 50.
think they're enough.
They're not going to, but I hope they do. I hope they lose by 1. I'll take 1.
You would hope it'd be like, remember that was the finals game in 2018 that Brisbane and Parramatta played, where Parramatta won 58-0.
That'd be lovely. That's not going to happen.
It won't happen.
However, I would take the winning in Golden Point because, as we know, Penrith can't win in Golden Point.
Yeah, that's all if the Warriors make it the Golden Point, they're going to win. There you go. That's your plan, Warriors.
Make it Golden Point. You've got them covered then.
Right.
Okay, move on.
Now we get to the good stuff. Sharks, Roosters, and Shark Park. This is going to be a great game. I'm very, very excited. Braden Trindle is back for Cronulla, which maybe. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because Dan Atkinson moves to the 18th man.
I think it puts Wins one. I'm sorry.
Britt Nicker is named in the reserves, but I'm fully expecting him to come into the side. He was missing due to suspension and not injury, so he'll come in probably for Billy Burns, and Tom Hazelton will drop off the bench. The Roosters trot out the same 17 as they did.
Why not?
That they beat the Rabbitohs, so yeah. They split
They've done it the last 3 weeks now, so that's pretty good for them.
these two have split their last 4 games at Shark Park, but the one that they played this year, Cronulla won 31-18. Cronulla's recent finals ineptitude is very well documented. They have won 1 of their past 9 finals games.
Yeah.
And the Roosters have only failed to get past the first round of finals once in their last 16 finals trips. I think they'll probably win this
I think
game.
they win it pretty comfortably. Their form is just almost unstoppable.
They're in such good form.
Just give Marky Mark the ball, right? I mean,
It'd be fun. Him against Mulatalo would be hilarious.
I don't think Mark can get into the nonsense that Mulatalo does, though.
Yeah, it'd be funny to watch Mulatalo squirm as Mark does not react to anything he does.
Yeah, Mark just score a try, walk off, or whatever, or whatever, yeah.
I think this game's going to have a lot of points. I do think the Roosters will win by about 12 points.
I think they're comfortable, yeah. I don't think the Sharks team is in a tier 4 after this week.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Then, what I think is going to be the game of the finals, possibly.
The Broncos.
Because he's a dog.
The Raiders play the Broncos at GIO Stadium. I am pumped for this game.
I am too, bro.
There's 8 billion people.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone that got rested against the Dolphins is back for the Raiders. So I'm not even going to try and run through all of it.
Yeah.
That's killing people. So you're saying the entire world was just for
Yes. For the Broncos, they've kept Reynolds sideline, which I think is a genius move. I think that is easily the best
I mean, it's the smartest move, is what it is, because
mess with the
if
wing.
he comes back this week and they lose,
What did you get?
what have you gained? If he doesn't come back and they lose, you bring him back for the next one,
And he's had more time to rest.
and he's had more time to rest. If they do win, they get another 2 weeks, right? So
I
think what they've done is the smart move.
good move from Madge there.
Will it work? I guess we'll see.
Also, Shibasaki is back after being put through the cleaners at training, I assume.
Yeah, I imagine.
So Dean Mariner moves to the wing and Jesse Arthurs is the 18th man. Canberra have won. I don't think that's supposed to be 4. I think it's supposed to be 3. They've won 3 of their last 4 against the Broncos, including once this year. Canberra have lost 3 of their last 4 finals games. Brisbane have lost 4 of their last 6.
And neither of them doing amazingly well.
The only 2 wins that Brisbane have had in the finals in the past few years have been in that 2023 run.
Yeah.
This is a complete coin flip. However, I'm going to use the same methodology that I did for the Roosters Sharks game and say that Brisbane are also one of the form teams of the competition right now. They've won 10 of their last 12 heading into the finals. The current form of Reece Walsh is excellent. I think Brisbane get the upset here.
No.
I don't know.
I just think no.
Where are Canberra better?
Everywhere.
The outside backs and their halfback.
You reckon? You reckon?
They've got the fastest guy on the field in Kyle Weeks. They've got the best 5'8" in Ethan Strain.
That's fair.
Joe Tarpany is one of the most skilled forwards on the planet.
Isn't
I think Tarpany's got better ball skills. I think Payne Haas is a better runner of the ball because he's a bigger body.
right.
But I think Tarpany's more likely to get a second phase. These days, I think Payne Haas runs more than he passes.
What's the offloading stats here? Penhouse has the second most offloads in football, and Joseph Company is seventh. However, it is a difference of 23 over the course of the whole season. So it's almost one a game for Penhouse.
Okay. But I think Tarpany and I think Big Papa, I think they're going to do it for him. Yeah. And I just think the forwards overall, the Canberra forwards are better. Yes, Payne Haas is probably the best one, but I think if you put them all together, I mean, who they got? Piakura.
Solid defensively. He's basically the same as Zach Hoskins.
Yeah.
That's a wash. Look, Jones is probably better than Corey Jensen. That's fair. But it's like Corey Horsburgh and Pat Carrigan, that's pretty equal in my opinion.
What about their second rows?
We've got Piakura and Hosking at the same. The rest is Young and Riki, which I do think Hudson Young has the advantage there. But you talked about the outside backs. I would take the Broncos back line any day. Reece Wells is a better player than Cato Weeks is, especially right now.
Okay. He
He's
might.
due for a Rocks game or something.
Well, that's it as well. He's got to watch that because Amber's got a rock. But it's not necessarily a fallacy because he has form for that. It's not like a flipping machine that you put money into. But he actually has form for having a couple of good weeks and then going, oh, you know what, I don't like this football thing so much. And stuck him up.
You think he'd do that in finals? I don't think he would bring that mentality into a finals match.
I think he did in at the end of the game against Penrith.
That was a team-wide issue. Really.
But it might have been, but he's part of that team as far as I'm aware.
I think he did wrong, to be fair, though. Especially not in that grand final. I thought he was quite good.
Defensively, he's still a bit.
He was good. He was good against Melbourne defensively.
Yeah, but Melbourne didn't throw very much. So that's
first day a coach at him and he leveled it. I think Reece Wells is, look, I think objectively he's playing better football than Ko Weeks is right now.
Okay, but if Ko Weeks gets in the all clear,
that was fantastic. That's fair, but that is also a big if because Brisbane's defense is also playing really well right now. And
you think Canberra's isn't? I mean, we ignore the Finns one because that's not a.
It's not them, obviously. Canberra, let's have a look at their past few games. Let's see. Where's the Raiders? There they are. So, they conceded 10 points against the Tigers. They won by 4 against Penrith. They conceded 16. Their defense has been all right. Like, where are they ranked?
I mean, you have just all this year you've been down on them, so I'm not surprised that you're picking the Broncos. You've all year said, okay, I don't rate this team. They're going to fall over at some point.
Okay, well, look at the teams in the top 8. They have a worse defense than Melbourne, Canterbury, Cronulla, the Warriors, and the Panthers.
Not Brisbane.
It's 2 points.
Still not Brisbane.
Okay, well then Brisbane have scored 26 more points than the Raiders have.
But we all in defense is what wins games.
Okay, well then the Dogs are going to win the premiership by your logic, and that's absurd.
Yeah, but you still have to have an attack, and that's what Canberra still have an attack. You know that they can score points.
They have a worse attack than Brisbane do.
Yeah, but you still know that they can score points, and they can stop points.
So can Brisbane. We saw that last week. We
see that. They also had 30 points put on them by the Cowboys.
A notoriously very good attacking team in a game where it doesn't matter. That is what the Cowboys are best at.
But then Brisbane should have been ready for it.
They also beat Newcastle by 30 points, which, is Newcastle, to be fair.
Yeah. We got beaten by Parramatta by 56.
I'm trying to. I don't know what your vendetta against how Brisbane are playing right now is. They are on par, I think, with the Roosters in terms of form teams.
You will sell us a Storm at one point. They've lost 2 of their last 2 games. They've had 11 out of 12.
Yes,
and they've lost 2 of their last games.
Yes,
They can still have, just because you've won 10 out of 12 doesn't mean you're going to win 11 out of 13. That's what I'm saying.
So, okay, so this methodology works for the Roosters, but not the Broncos.
Of course, it works for all of them.
Well, then why are we so quick to rule out the Roosters against Cronulla then?
I'm not ruling out the Roosters against Cronulla. I'm saying that
I don't.
ruling out means you're getting rid of them. I think the Roosters are going to kill the Sharks. I think the Raiders have the team that can fully beat the Broncos.
I think they absolutely do. I would not be shocked if the Raiders win this game at all, but I will also not be shocked if the Broncos win.
Yeah, I don't see Brisbane winning. I think Canberra have worked too hard to get to where they are to fall in a heap now.
The Warriors, the Bulldogs.
Canberra can't say, oh, we've got injuries, that's why we're not winning. Like the Warriors can.
That's not what the argument is, though. The argument is just because you've had a good year means that you're going to do good in finals. That's not true at all.
No,
but the facts from the past few years.
Okay, the 2 teams that you said, their form has slumped off.
Who's this?
The Warriors.
Yes.
The Bulldogs.
Yes.
They've slumped.
Yes.
So while they finished relatively well in the finals, their form recently has been bad. That's not the same for Canberra. Yeah, and like I said, we can't put the Finns game in there because it's not the same.
Compared to how they were at the beginning of the year, they're not as good, I don't think.
But they still only lost 4 all year.
They lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah. Need I remind you that
On my side, isn't it?
Need I remind you that the Broncos lost to some pretty easy teams this year as well, like, Parramatta.
Was it the Mitch Moses Parramatta?
I don't remember.
If it was, then it's slightly different. Hold on, let me have a...
It shouldn't
Let
be.
me find that game. Was Mitch Moses in this game? Yes, he was. So...
Yeah, it's still a team.
That's what we've been saying the entire year, is saying that if Mitch Moses is healthy, Parramatta are a finals team.
Yeah. Does that mean Brisbane, if Mitch Moses is healthy, Brisbane isn't a finals team because they got beaten by them?
No, that's not true. You can say that Parramatta would be better without saying that the Broncos would be worse if Mitch Moses was playing. That's a completely irrelevant argument.
Okay, but let's look when the Cowboys beat Canberra. It was like round 4, right? Or something like that. 5. It was fairly early on.
Pretty early.
Brisbane were losing to teams back then as well.
Yes, they were in bad form at the beginning of the year. That's
So-
true. Not now.
Yeah, and neither are Canberra.
So, but Brisbane are in better form, is my
Not
point.
necessarily. Once again, we don't take this weekend's work as anything. So you can't.
What was Canberra's last loss? Didn't they lose to the Dragons, didn't they? That was fairly recent, if I remember
That
correctly.
was 7 rounds ago.
They lost to the Dragons in round 22, so 5 weeks ago.
When did Brisbane
And
last
since then, they've beaten Manly.
When did Brisbane last lose?
Good question, actually. It probably was Melbourne in round 23. It was Melbourne and not the Dragons.
Still, more recent loss.
The quality of opponent also counts.
Still more recent loss, though. I mean,
Yes, but
not worth you go.
Let's just say, we'll agree to disagree, but it should be the best game of the weekend.
oh, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
This game is going to be amazing.
I just think Canberra have a little bit too much for Brisbane. Look, that doesn't mean Brisbane doesn't come back the week after and kill whoever they play. But I think Canberra are going to have a week off after this. That's my thoughts. I think Canberra probably, it's going to be not amazingly high scoring. I don't think we're going to have like 60 points scored or anything like that. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
24-18 or something to Canberra.
Yeah, I've got mine as the Broncos winning 26-20. So I will not be surprised if the Raiders win this game at all. I just think that Brisbane are playing too well.
Yeah, well, you're praying that Walsh doesn't have a Rocks game, which he is.
Now, he's shown me
He's up for.
he's
But
shown me nothing to say that is in his game currently. Especially with Reynolds out, he performs so much better.
I think it was 2 games ago that he did 5 errors. If he does 5 errors
And
against,
that was
If he
also the
does
game
five-
where he set up 3 tries and ran 200 meters.
that's what I'm saying. It was still a Rocks Diamonds game. It wasn't like
If
flawless.
he has 5 errors again against a better team than
If
the
he has 5
Cowboys,
errors
he's
against
gonna
the
lose.
Raiders,
That's a big if. That is a big if.
Not
Because
for Reece Walsh.
you are going into this game assuming that Reece Walsh is going to have a bad game, which is
but you're also going assuming that he's just going to be like this superstar.
I'm assuming he's going into it in about the averages he's been in the past 6 weeks of football, which is good.
His mind's not in the right place. He's drinking toilet
His
water.
mind is definitely not in the right
I
place.
forgot about how and then he poleaxed Melbourne.
Well, he didn't. It was his whole team.
Okay, he was the main orchestrator of it, just as he has been for the past 4 weeks.
It's not just like Latrell Mitchell. Even Latrell Mitchell.
It's like when they say, "Oh, I reckon Reece Walsh beats any team." Okay, put him out there against 13 people, see how he goes. It's a whole team effort. It's not
Yes,
just Reece
and I
Walsh.
completely agree with that. But you look at the other people who are on this Broncos team. Your Hamish Chivisakis, your Payne Haas's, the Pat Carrigans of the world, who are still world-class football.
I'm not saying they're not, but so's Joe Tarpany.
Yes, absolutely.
So's
It's strange.
Ethan Strange.
Ethan Strange is having a great season.
Yeah.
This is true.
So's
Maybe.
Papa. So's Hudson Young. So's they're players on both sides who are having very good years.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's why, and I agree with you. I think it's going to be the best game of the round, this finals round, and I think there's not going to be a huge number of points scored because we know they're both relatively close in defence and not that massively fatalistic in attack.
I'll tell you what, if the game goes that route, and if it is a low-scoring, grindy game, I think Brisbane have the advantage.
They don't win low-scoring, grindy games.
I don't think they haven't had many low-scoring, grindy games.
That's the problem.
To be fair. When was the last game? They just... Well, okay, that's a faulty argument simply because they score a lot of points.
But if they somehow, if Canberra are able to nullify that, they're in a lot of trouble.
That's true.
Because, and Ricky Steele's a smart enough coach to be able to,
So is Madge.
Yeah, Madge is good when he's got international level players like the whole team of Brisbane. They're not a whole team of
About 80% of them.
well, not really.
Billy Walters.
Okay, international level players. Billy Walters has had a really, really good back half of this year.
Yes,
We have
he
one
learned he played with the Denver Broncos.
He's been really good.
So that was Garrett Shimasaki.
I'm sorry.
So was his.
I'm sorry. Billy Walters has been very, very good in the past 10 weeks. He's been great.
And let me get this straight. 10 weeks makes a whole player's career?
No, I'm saying 10 weeks means that there's a pretty good sample size for how this season is.
I will agree that Billy Walters has certainly had a better year than last year, which wasn't hard, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I also think that
Is that exactly what the team has needed him to do? It's like Grant Anderson. And we championed Grant Anderson here.
Yeah, well, Grant Anderson has been going around for a while now, so I suppose it was good that Grant Anderson's gone so well. And it's good for Brisbane, I guess, that Billy Walters has stepped up.
It means you don't have to watch Ezra Mann anymore.
Although he probably wasn't going to be back this year anyway.
Probably not. Unless they make the grand final, then it'll be interesting.
I don't think they're going to do that. So
I know this game is
my personal thing
I love this.
is they'll get one home final.
It'll be next week against the Roosters, I suppose.
But I remember the stat that was brought up last night that the Broncos have not won a final game out of Brisbane in 6,000
It's been a long time.
days.
Yes.
That's nearly 20 years. So
This season has been like the death of all of those sorts of records, to be fair. So
why?
Because the competition is nuts.
Queensland didn't win in Perth. I haven't won in Perth. I don't win until this year.
That's what you're actually agreeing with Nathan.
Yeah, exactly. They won in Perth.
Yeah.
Which they hadn't done.
Yeah.
Which means it's on my side for saying that those sorts of records have been broken a lot this year.
Well, I don't know what other records there are, but the team scoring the most points, not making the final is quite
Everything like that. That never really happens.
It happened last year.
I said very rarely, it doesn't mean never.
It's 2 in a row.
That's
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I know.
But look,
If this is
as far as this game goes,
who's the favourites for this game? I'm very curious, actually.
I'm sad that it
It would probably be Canberra.
well, GIO Stadium, so is that away from Brisbane's home ground to begin with?
Raiders are $1.67 favourites. That means they're about 2.5 point favourites. That's probably fair.
Yeah, well, I'm tipping by 6 to 8. I think
Yeah,
Raiders can.
I'm going to go away 6 to 8, I reckon.
Yeah, I just think the Raiders have got enough in them to make Brisbane have to play.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm completely fine with that.
yeah, right.
Bring on the finals. This is a final series that I think has a lot of potential for some very, very.
There's some very interesting results.
I think next week is going to be one of the best rounds of finals football we've ever had.
He didn't go by this fast.
I feel
The whole
like
year's gone by.
this year's taken a long time because so much stuff has happened.
Yeah, look, anyway,
Move on.
good luck for your teams in the finals. I don't really care.
You just want the Warriors to
I
win.
want Penrith and Brisbane to lose, and whatever happens after that, I don't mind.
I just don't want Melbourne to win, please. I don't care if it's not this week. I just need someone to beat them. Please.
Yeah, well, Melbourne have lost their last 2 games. They're not going to lose a third. There's no chance of that happening.
So Melbourne even lost 3 games.
Excellent question,
I
actually.
think it's a very long time.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we will see you. No, I'm not showing any of the edits. No. We have no reason to do that. There's no connection. Oh yeah, when they don't win their games. 3 seconds.
Let's see what happens.
That's how they go. So yeah.
Good luck with everybody, especially good luck for the Cowboys women's side. I hope you smash it out down there at Totally Workwear Stadium.
That's Brisbane. Leave
All
it.
right. We will catch you on the flip side.
On the flip side.
Goodbye.